Hey guys, just wanted to put out a quick video, kind of give an update of what's going on with me as far as health is concerned. I don't really want to make this about a religious post or a religious discussion, even though that's been carrying on, been progressing in good ways, in noble ways, and in spiritually edifying ways. So I'm alive so far. Haven't really got any answers from doctors. You get put on wait lists a lot, especially when you're on lower level insurance and you're on Medi-Cal and things like that. I do have an upcoming EMG to address the weird neuromuscular issues that I've been having. As far as the symptoms are concerned, I still pretty much have the same ones. Twitching, muscle twitching constantly. I don't really have a lot of soreness or any cramping, so I guess that's probably a good sign. But I do take a magnesium supplement, and I have a pretty clean diet, and I have for a long time. I had a clean diet. So even though I've gained weight, I eat pretty clean. So I've never really had any issues with cramping in my life, and that hasn't changed. But as far as it's concerned, I still have a lot of buzzing, like nerve buzzing, kind of all over. I've been having it a lot, like in my finger area here, like on the right side of my finger. I'll have it in my just weirdly in my belly or in my legs. It's just like a on and off nerve buzzing to the cadence of around 3 seconds. So it'll go, buzz, and it'll go away, and then buzz, and then that accompanies the twitching. It's not in the same spot. I don't know if those are just really fast twitches or if those are just weird nerve tinglings. I have no idea. I'll have on and off bouts of tinnitus. One ear will just flare. And it's like almost like I can't hear out of that ear for 10 minutes or something like that. I still have the twitching hasn't let up at all. Still, I get it everywhere. I was having some like even on the sides of my head here, which was like a really weird muscle to twitch especially when I started in my new job. I started a new job, so I've been going into work. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been as online or as present recently. But yeah, so it's okay. I'm just waiting on answers. July 19th is when my third EMG will be going on. So I got to see how that goes. That's really they're going to be the crux of everything, because the EMGs that I had before that couldn't be trusted because it was from a doctor from a neurologist that basically nobody within the other neurologists that are in my area trust. So we don't really have any information on what's going on. But I've been being more physically active. I've been playing disc golf, which is something that I've really enjoyed. So that's fun. It's getting me outside, getting me active. So I've kind of developed a tan, and I'm all sore everywhere just from that. Not in like a weird way, in a normative way. I'm less sore than like my wife gets. Like my wife and a lot of other people get super sore. I don't really get that. I don't really get as sore as other people have reported. So I guess that's a good sign too. But the twitching and the shaking of the hands, I still have 100% confirmed Hoffman sign. I still have really brisk reflexes in my legs, to the point where like I can even tap like the top of my knee, where there's that other tendon that's on the top of the knee bone or whatever, the knee plate, the front of your knee. I can tap the top of that and I can make my leg, my patella reflex activate. So I have trouble sleeping quite a bit. I wake up a lot throughout the night. So I try to take a melatonin, and I try to take a magnesium bisglycinate from Thorne supplements to try to sleep. I slept okay last night, but it's just hard. It's hard to come by sleep, and that kind of exacerbates the problems. My vision issues, I still have the pattern glare pretty bad. It gets worse. It's worse in the morning or right when I take my anxiety medication, my Buspirone. So, which the sleep problems can be just attributed to the Buspirone, but if I get off the Buspirone, like my anxiety just soars, and it's hard for me to even really work, because I get so anxious, just constantly all the time. So Buspirone is known to cause sleep issues, and so that's probably where that's from, I would imagine. But it's worth the slight sleep issues are worth not feeling existential dread every moment. So I've just been trying to be healthier. I got to try to lose some weight, which I know is kind of like a dangerous thing if I do have what, I possibly have. But I'm not losing weight right now, that's for sure. I'm all the way back up to around 300 pounds. So I need to cut that down. It's not a good thing. It's unhealthy and it feels unhealthy just walking around. I have a lot of upper mid back pain that'll hurt really bad when I sneeze. I'm partially hoping that maybe some of these issues that I'm having were because of an injury that I sustained when I was lifting weights. That maybe that some of this is caused by that, maybe at least in my legs or something. When I yawn though, like my arms will shake real bad. And my hands, well, it's like almost like my hands will like develop like a tremor when I yawn, which didn't happen before. I don't know if that's just a symptom of anxiety or if that's a symptom of some other neuromuscular thing. I'm not sure. I'm just listing them off. So I'm not making any claims about what proves what at this point. I just don't know. All I know is that there's, some suffering that's going on. I still feel like my mental capacity is still pretty diminished. I don't feel nearly as eloquent or intelligent as I used to. So work is hard, even though my job's pretty easy. It's an easier IT job, but it's difficult for me to kind of work on it throughout the day. So I'm just trying to stay positive and try to live my life like I sent that picture, just trying to be more present with my family and just trying to do the best I can with what I've got. So I want to get back on and kind of do more live content and talk to you guys more, and that was fun. I was having a great time doing that, but I kind of fell into a pretty dark spot for a little while and just couldn't really sustain it anymore. So I had to kind of take a break, take a step back. There was a lot of ugly comments and stuff, and it's not like, I'm one with thick skin, but it's just like on top of all my other physical issues and the health scare that I'm dealing with, it's just not worth my time, because if somebody wants to come on and flame me or whatever, and they want to hang out or on a debate or something, or get into a live discussion, that's fine, no big deal. But there's just a lot of vitriol that wasn't ever backed up. It's never substantiated. A lot of claims being thrown around, but when anybody gets challenged on it, they just back down. So another thing that's kind of weird is I constantly have this kind of semi-hoarse voice that you probably can hear, and that's like on and off. That worries me a lot, but it's just the facts. It's facts of the case. So I got to deal with it as it comes. So I don't know, guys. We just got to see. The EMG is going to be a big tell in July. So it's not that long away. We're dealing with 20 something days, and I'm not in any dire straits. I'm not going to die until then. At least it doesn't seem like it. So I am hopeful that we'll pull through, and maybe the EMG will detect something, especially like the problems with my ulnar nerves, like these two fingers and into my elbow. I have issues with that on both hands. That started developing right around the same time that I developed all these other issues, which I've heard reported from other people who have similar symptoms. They have ulnar issues, and they also have the muscle twitching and stuff. So I'm worried that maybe that's just like, that's one of the nerves that just gets a little bit more pummeled, when you're dealing with with a neuromuscular disease. But I'm trying not to think about that. So I'm trying not to put that kind of negativity in my thought bubble, But yeah, it's scary. So I don't know. I just wanted to give you guys the update. And then as far as my vision issues are, like I said, the same, the pattern glare. I still have that on the bottom of my vision, on the bottom plane, all that, the flickering kind of effect. It's super weird when it's in low light. When there's like a light surface under low light, it's like the bottom of my vision just like flickers, like it's like there's like a strobe light on the floor when you're walking and looking straight ahead of you. It's like the sidewalk or the ground. If it's light colored, we'll just sit there and will flicker, like it's like I said, like a strobe light. And you look at it and it's not. So, and then I've still got those crazy floaters and the weird blurry spot in my right eye. It's so weird because all this stuff just developed at the same time. So I don't know how related it is, but it's just bizarre that whatever happened to me started affecting so many systems at the same time. But As it is right now, I'm still walking around. I still have full mobility in my hands. I'm not dropping any things besides like seems like my regular clumsiness. So whatever, if I do have, what I'm afraid of, it does seem like it's very slow. It's a very slow progressing variant of it. And I'm a year and a half in, and I'm still around, and I'm still walking around. I can still pick my daughter up, and I can still hold her above my head. It's hard to do it. She's even at 36 pounds or whatever she is, 38 pounds right now. It's heavy. So I'm definitely not like I used to, and my legs get real stiff just from walking around and playing disc golf and hiking around that course, which is not very hard. My legs get really stiff and they shake when I bend down, but maybe that's just because I was not using them for almost, for almost a year. I was just really, really sedentary because I was so afraid. And so maybe that'll get better. I don't know, because they are getting sore, but like in a good way, not in a weird way. But I do worry about those brisk reflexes. And the other thing that I do that's gonna get is weird is I get this big numb patch on my left quad, and that happens when I'm laying down flat on my back, and then it happens when I'm laying on my chest, and like if I'm hanging off of something, like if I'm hanging my body off the side of the couch, that whole left quad will go numb, which is kind of weird, which kind of indicates that there's some type of compression going on maybe in my spine. I don't know what to do about that, but that'll be discussed while I'm there. Maybe that's just a symptom of being fat. I don't know, but it's new. That definitely just developed. I'm not sure. So, but overall, the Wolfman he's here. He's alive. He's a little bit more positive than he was prior. Still scared, but just trying to make it through and trying to just live whatever life that I've been given by God, whatever's left of it, and make the best of it. So, and with good friends and good family and a lot of love along the way. So anyways, you guys take care of yourselves. All right. God bless everybody.